Come here. Come here. Closer. Closer. Do you hate that you suck at VR games? Do you just hate it? Does it drive you nuts? Because it drives me nuts. Not that you suck at it, that I suck at VR games. And that's what I want to talk about today. My name is Jolly Julian, and despite that opening, I'm usually a pretty jolly guy. But dang it, I really hate it when I suck at games, especially multiplayer games in virtual reality. Multiplayer games like Contractors Showdown, Ghosts of Tabor, Onward, Pavlov, Population 1. The list is endless, and so is my ability to suck at these games. So I wanted to talk today about how to deal with the fact that you might suck at video games, especially in virtual reality, and how that's okay. In fact, I want you, by the end of this video, to embrace the suck. Just embrace the suck. Don't hate yourself if you feel like you suck at these games, because first of all, we should enjoy virtual reality. The experience that we're having in there, it should not be something that's causing us stress, that's causing us to look down on ourselves, that's causing us to have a low opinion of ourselves.
I suck, I suck, I suck, I suck, I suck, I suck.
I mean, come on, right? Where this all starts is we all want to be good at what we do, don't we? We all want to be just naturally good at everything that we do. And the truth of the matter is, no one can be good at everything that they do the first time that they do it.
The elite, best of the best. We'll make it better.
It's another human just being better at something than I am. And that really gets under my craw. Because that's one of the ways to get better as well, is oftentimes we just get worse the more we get angry at being bad at something. We just get worse. Partially, like for first-person shooters, they're the best example here, right? In a first-person shooter, if you get tense, you're going to play a lot worse. You've got to be a little looser. You don't want to be super tense. And the angrier you get, the more upset with yourself you get. You make stupid mistakes. You get tense. You get shaky. All these things happen. So let yourself just take a breath and just remind yourself to enjoy the experience that you're having. You chose this game or experience for a reason. Now just sit back and let yourself enjoy it. That'll help you embrace the suck a little bit more. For myself, I'm starting to realize that I feel like on some level my hand-eye coordination isn't as good as other people's. Okay, I don't know this for sure, but I'm comparing the way I play first-person shooter games with other people.
Ah, you motherfucker!
I think my hand-eye coordination isn't as strong as other people. And you have to accept that we have some limitations. Now, does that mean that I can't be great at any of these things? Absolutely not. It just might mean it might take a little bit more work, a little bit more effort. And I've got to decide for myself, how badly do I want to be better at this? Do I want to put the time and effort into it that it's going to take to improve beyond my limitations, beyond my what might be poorer hand-eye coordination maybe, right, than other people, to be as good as I can possibly be. And that's the only thing we can ever do, right? Is to be the best that we can be ourselves, right? So that's the next thing to remember, is compete against yourself more than other people. If you're playing first-person shooters, don't go by how many wins you have over another person. Don't go against the best Ghost of Tabor player that's out there and then wonder why you don't have anywhere near the number of wins that they have. Of course not. There are a million reasons why they might be a better player than you, not the least of which is they might just play at a whole ton more than you, right? But they also might have more natural proclivities than you do to be great at it. So figure out ways to compete with yourself. How can you become better at this than you were earlier today, than you were yesterday, than you were last week? Another thing to do is maybe take a break from playing the particular game or experience that you're in now, and find something that is more in line with your natural abilities, where you might be better at this because you have a natural proclivity for this. For example, you might not be great at first-person shooters, but you might be really good at solving mysteries or puzzles. Be a great puzzle solver. Well, then take a break from the first-person shooter and go play some, I Expect You to Die, or The Room VR, or Form, or whatever it is. Play a puzzle game for a little while, something that you may feel that you're better at. Or just take a break from the games altogether and just experience something that brings you joy. That'll help lower your blood pressure. It'll help you remember why you love being in virtual reality. And then you might go back to those other experiences with a renewed vigor, a renewed desire to play and enjoy and get better at it at the same time. The next thing to do to help you embrace the suck and then get beyond the suck is to pick one experience and stick to it. Now, this is a tough one for me because part of the reason I love virtual reality is I don't like doing the same thing over and over again. I have friends that, they'll pick one game and they will play that game until they have perfected it, experienced everything it has to offer. They'll play it for days, weeks, months, and not play anything else. I'm not that way. I need to play different things. I need different experiences. I like to move around, try different things. One day I might be in the mood for one thing, the next day another.
He made me this collar so that I may talk. Squirrel! My master is good at.
So one of the best things you can do, though, if you want to get really great at something, is you got to focus on it. You got to really devote the time. So how badly do you want to be better at the game that you're playing? Either for yourself or for the team that you're playing with. If you're playing on a first-person shooter like Onward and you don't want to let your teammates down, or Contractors Showdown, right? Then take the time and devote it to that one experience. Don't jump around a lot. It doesn't mean you can't experience some other things, but really put your focus on that, and then maybe your reward is, hey, I'll go play this other thing for a little bit later as a little bit of a reward. The next thing you can do to embrace the suck and move past it is to record yourself playing the game and analyze what you're doing wrong. This is a big thing. I mean, everybody can record now. If you've got a Quest 2 or a Quest 3, you can record directly in the headset, play back those videos and see, hey, was my aim off? Was I moving my head too much? Was I trying to strafe too much when I'm not very good at aiming while my character is moving? Whatever it is. And then you'll start to know what to practice and how to get better at each of these things. Use the recording capability you have and then analyze it, look at it, and try to figure out how you can improve. Next up is to seek advice from people who are already where you want to be. Now, this is a great rule for life in general, certainly applies to virtual reality gaming. If you want to be really great at something, ask for advice from somebody who's already where you want to be.
Help me help you.
Sorry.
A lot of the players that are really good at these, they have YouTube channels, they have Twitch channels. You can reach out to them and maybe ask them for some advice. Watch some of their videos. People love to be asked their advice. It's a compliment to somebody. They love it. We oftentimes think they're going to be annoyed if I ask them this, but if you just reach out to somebody who is where you want to be and you ask them, I need some of your advice. Can I ask some of your advice? First of all, it's a great ego trip for them. Second of all, they realize that they might have something that, they know how to do that they can impart upon somebody else. It gives them a sense of value. So it's a wonderful thing. Don't be afraid to reach out to people and ask for their advice. It's one of the things I need to do more often as well. I'm tempted to reach out to some of the players in Contractors Showdown, in Ghosts of Tabor, that I admire, that are really good at what they do, and say, hey, can you help me? Is there any advice you can give me? Can you watch a video of mine, just a 30-second, a 1-minute video? Tell me what you think I'm doing wrong, anything like that. It doesn't hurt, because guess what? If you don't ask, the answer is always no. Don't be afraid to hear no from people. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. Take a chance. Seek out advice from others. And last up, the way to embrace the suck is watch your self-talk. Watch how you talk to yourself when you're playing these games. I'm not talking about how other people talk to you. Some games are more toxic than others.
Hey, Gilmore, you suck, you jackass.
Why don't you shut the hell up?
Don't listen to them. Filter that garbage out, right? If people are being just mean and trolling and all that stuff. But pay more attention to how you talk to yourself, because guess what? You're the only person that you can't get away from every day. 24/7, you're having a conversation with yourself, whether you like it or not. So are you going to be an ally to yourself, or are you going to be an enemy to yourself? So watch it when you're playing a game. Don't say things like, oh, I suck so bad. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm such an idiot. Watch that kind of self-talk. And instead change it to, oh, wow, okay, well, that didn't work very well. I wonder what I could do differently to improve upon it next time. Or whatever I just did, that did not get me the desired result I want. What will get me the desired result, and how can I focus on that more? The self-talk that we use on a moment-to-moment basis is one of the most powerful and influential things in our lives, in virtual reality or real reality. So be very aware of how you talk to yourself as you're playing these games. Again, I'm Jolly Julian. Embrace the suck. It's okay to suck at video games.
I think it's good, except it sucks. So let me do the plan, and that way it might be really good. Wow.
If you want to get better at a particular game, I gave you some pointers here on maybe how you can start to do that. But whatever you do, just make sure that you're enjoying your virtual reality experiences like I do. Jolly Julian, I'm jolly for a reason, and virtual reality is a huge part of that. I hope you will comment on this video. Let me know, was this helpful? Do you agree or disagree with anything I said? And if you enjoyed this video at all, I hope that you will subscribe to this channel, but only do it if you feel you're getting value out of this. If you feel like you'd like to hear or see more of what I'm talking about here. Don't do it just to help me out. I appreciate that, but I don't want you to do that. I want you to subscribe only if you feel it brings you value. This is Jolly Julian. It's the end of this video. Now it's time for me to go back into Ghosts of Tabor and suck some more. Catch you on the next one. See ya.